Senior Living Today, brought to you by these fine sponsors: Wires Inc., First Class Realty, Triangle East, and Ward Specialty Pharmacy.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Senior Living Today. My gosh, can you believe we just came through Thanksgiving? You turn around twice, you cook for 3 days leading into Thanksgiving, you enjoy it for Thanksgiving, and everybody's gone Thanksgiving Day, or they leave Friday morning. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and welcome again to Senior Living Today. You know, we had so many phone calls that wanted to talk to us about statewide insurance carriers and what you do. And so many people have asked the question, but we've reneged. We talk a little bit about ourselves. Yes, we do. And happy to do it, happy to serve the communities. In fact, 19 counties that you're seeing this broadcast in. But tonight we've been asked to talk a little bit about us, and what we do, and what we do for you. So what we want to do tonight is start out, let alone we couldn't do it without our sponsors. I'm going to throw it to Mr. Brazel. Cheryl Brazel, who in the world do we have sponsoring our show tonight?
This evening we have Wires Inc. out here on Sunset Avenue. Brian West is the owner of Wires Inc., and they're the folks that make your, I don't care if you're like me and you drive an $800 pickup truck, or you're like Brian, he has about a $80,000 pickup truck.
Beautiful piece of equipment, no doubt, no doubt.
But they make it pretty, and they make it sound good, and they make them seats warm, and they let you crank it up from the living room.
Now, Cheryl, are they local?
Yes, sir, out on Sunset Avenue.
Out on Sunset Avenue, outstanding.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Patrick Ignacio is the owner of Ward Specialty Pharmacy. And, you know, this is a great time of year to go and see Patrick and what he can do for. They are a compounding pharmacy, so he can take some prescriptions you may have that are on the expensive side, and he may be able to compound it for you. You might be in the donut hole right now and having to pay a lot of out-of-pocket expense for your prescriptions. He might be able to help you there, so it's worth a visit.
Outstanding. And again, he's local. You want to shop local.
Yep.
We'll talk more about that later.
Sunset. He's on Sunset Avenue across the street from the Harris Teeter grocery store.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And Brett Hill, First Class Realty, Triangle East, those folks are located in the Mills Complex. A very, very knowledgeable local organization about the real estate market from Raleigh to the east.
And his agency is growing too.
Yes, sir. They are doing great. They have brought on, in the past month, they have brought on, I want to say, 14
That's outstanding.
new brokers, and you know, they have a great combination of brand new people in the business, as well as a good mix of people who have many years of experience in the real estate
And
market.
that's commercial and residential.
Correct. That is correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Folks, we couldn't do it without them, and couldn't do it without you. And tonight we've got a great show. We brought some of the people that are behind the scenes with us tonight, and we're going to get right to it. Both of them are dying, chomping at the bit to say, who's here? Let us introduce. But folks, let me tell you just one thing about statewide. We are local. Cheryl's been in the area for how many years, Cheryl?
Well, since 1995.
Since 1995. The area is growing in leaps and bounds. Our phones don't stop ringing because of you. Questions about Medicare, Medicare Advantage, this Medicare savings account.
Yes.
And all of this always starts at the front door. When someone calls, someone opens the front door, there's an individual that they see whenever they come to our front office. Cheryl, you want to take this for Senior Living Today and kind of do some introductions of who we have there at Statewide?
Yes, sir. I am very, 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 very happy to tell you folks, introduce y'all to Devan Bolding. She'll be the face of Statewide, the front desk when you come through the front door, and she'll be answering the phone a lot of the time. And we're just going to talk a little bit about Devan's background. And we are truly blessed to have you with us, no question about it.
I'm happy to be here.
Good, 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 good. You're recently married.
I am recently married. We got married in February of this year in Rocky Mount at the Mills, actually.
Okay.
And so I am originally from here, born and raised Nash County, and I just wanted to bring it home all together, all around.
Now, what does your spouse do?
He's a teacher here in Rocky Mount High School.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Okay. At Rocky Mount High School.
Yes, he teaches in the IB program there.
And the history?
Yes, International Baccalaureate program, and he
okay.
does the history part, yes.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Fantastic.
he loves it, and he's great at his job.
Now, you and I had talked a little bit before about, what you had been doing for the last little while, and you're a sign language interpreter.
I am a sign language interpreter. I'm trying to hold my hands down here. Naturally, I just want to have them up constantly. And it's probably something that, I'll use for the rest of my life, and I still have appointments for it that I work in, and I'm excited to incorporate that into the work that we're doing.
Now, tell me, how did you get into interpreting?
Well, I was actually working for an office that we had a lot of different deaf clients that were coming in, and we had a staff interpreter, but if the interpreter was in a meeting or for some reason couldn't be there, then we were having to write back and forth to communicate with that person, and to me it felt like they weren't receiving the same experience. And so I wanted to go back and at least learn a little bit to be able to give them that same experience when they walk in of how are you doing, how can we help you, and then just kind of fell in love with it, fell in love with the culture of it, and decided to pursue it as a career option.
Great.
You can tell already by talking to Miss Devan, no matter what she does, she grabs the bull by the horn.
Yes.
You will enjoy meeting her when you come in. Cheryl's going to tell you a few more things. I'm going to jump ahead right into our websites. Now, Devan has taken those to polish them, to make them sharper. Please tune in to our website, guys, would be at statewide, would be.
Yes. So if you, if it's probably simplest just to Google Statewide Insurers, which is who we are, and under our Google listing, that website link ties right into our website. Everything's updated, all of our links stay updated, all the information, if we're doing events and different educational opportunities, we list all of that there for you to be able to click, explore, and if you have any questions, give us a call.
And on that website, before I throw it back to Cheryl, there will be a sister company, NCFIP, North Carolina Firefighters Insurance Providers. And that's what NCFIP does. It takes care of the fire service throughout the whole, what we call North Carolina. We're even purging into South Carolina, but that is NCFIP. Notice those websites and notice what we bring, a complete package to our population here in 19 counties. And a lot of folks don't know about that. So let me throw it back to Cheryl to kind of open and broaden that perspective.
Okay. You've actually been working in the fire, I call the fire business, for
26 years.
26 years, yeah.
It's a whole different entity. It's not a close-knit group, but it is a family. They are professionals, duly noted. When everybody else, you've heard this slogan so many times, when everybody else is running out, guys, what are they doing?
Running
in.
They're running in. They are truly our heroes. And it is an honor for NCFIP, North Carolina Firefighters Insurance Providers, or statewide. We do that conjunctive. We do it together to be able to, cover. But Cheryl, there's more that statewide does besides.
Yes, sir. Our focus is, all things Medicare. We work with the senior population in, helping you find the right fit to take care of you as you hit the Medicare age bracket, and to cover your health needs at that time. It may be you may be an individual who best fit is a Medicare supplement and a prescription drug plan. You may be that individual whose best fit is Medicare Advantage plans.
Absolutely.
Or you might be someone who fits in the category of the newer option that's out there called a Medicare Medical Savings Account. And that's growing in popularity along with the what I call the traditional Medicare Advantage plans. We work in all of those areas, and the great thing I think for us is we have people on staff who have a lot of experience in that field, in the Medicare related products, to the point that we run into unusual situations, but we've had 2 or 3 in the last month that I'd never thought of, and I've been doing this for a while. But I picked up the phone and called gentleman Nelson, gave Nelson a call, and he instantly had the answer.
True.
And
30 plus years experience. The thing too, Cheryl, Devan, is we're looking for statewide, and I'm getting ready to bring you in here. You're not going to sit over there by yourself. You're too popular and you're too outgoing. But folks, health insurance.
Yeah.
We'd even do homes right now, property and casualty. That's being looked at. But everything that we do as far as the body, we take care of it statewide. And thanks to you, how has that company grown in such a short amount of time, Cheryl, the calls that you're getting from this TV show? And that's why, of course, we brought Devan on. Devan, have you experienced anything kind of different from your background after coming on board with statewide?
Well, like I said, I'm an interpreter, but I've graduated from ECU with 1 degree, and then I went back for the interpreting degree. But you know, I've kind of worked all over North Carolina. I've got to see a lot of different things. Even with being in interpreting, you get to visit so many different facets, learn different things. I truly think that's why I fell in love with it, because you're constantly learning. You're always evolving. And that's one of the things I love about this company. Medicare as a whole is a constantly evolving entity. And so it's truly something that you get to continually learn. And I get to learn from 2 of the best. So I consider myself very lucky in that. But coming in with it, you know, eyes wide open. I'm learning a lot as we go. I'm getting to see it from the inside out, and I'm enjoying that. And then bringing my knowledge that I've had from different areas, I enjoy it.
So you're seeing, even with statewide, before I throw it back to Cheryl on this, the reason at the bottom down there with Devan that you'll see shortly, her executive coordinator, that's exactly what she does. You walk in, you have an issue. It goes to the team to figure out, do what? What is the best product, the best fit for the situation? Ladies and gentlemen, you're sitting there on your couch tonight. I hope you're having a wonderful dinner. Not eating too many leftovers, of course. Here we are a few days after Thanksgiving. We've gotten through one of the 3, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day. But folks, when you come in to statewide, you have issues. There's things that you just don't have questions that maybe we look at and we say, guys, I didn't really understand the question, but we'll try to find the answer and we'll get back to you. That's what we do. The creative side of what we do at statewide is what so many people discover when they come into statewide. We've had them walk in off of you from our TV show. You know, we've been to 3 or 4. In fact, Mr. Bright, we've talked to Joe Namath, we've listened to comedians, we've listened to everybody else on the TV about buying, and we made a mistake. Is there any way Devan, Mr. Braswell, so many others that are on the team can make this right for us? Well, before I throw it back to Cheryl, I want you to keep in mind that, is it Tuesday, Cheryl, is the last, I think it's December 7th is what everything is coming up to be. October 15th has come and gone. December 7th is quickly approaching. We need to hear from you if you've got questions, concerns. And Cheryl, by the way, how much does it cost if someone picks up the phone or walks into Devan and says, I need help? Is there a charge?
Well, we hated to have to do this, but this year we did have to double our fee for consulting with you, and it's now 0.
So there's no fee,
There's
no
no fee,
charge,
no,
no anything
no,
for you to
no.
come in and have consultation.
Yes.
One of the many offices that are there, you'd walk in, sit down with Devan, myself, Cheryl. There's others to name, but we don't have enough time. We're already at the halfway break, and I've talked too much. But Cheryl, as we get ready to go to break, is there anything, Devan, anything you want to kind of throw in before we go to break?
Well, you know, one thing that we've been talking about, but we've not really said it yet, and we haven't really officially done this, but we now have the ability to offer interpreter services to clients who come in and have insurance needs that are you know, in that situation.
Yes, this is true.
We have it.
And that was, you know, coming in, I love that you get to incorporate the skills you have, but they're going to help you along the way. And that's being a part of this team. They're going to put clients first always, and that's a mission I'm happy to stand behind.
Folks, we're going to be right back. We didn't realize 14 minutes has already gone by. But to introduce you to what we're doing, we'll continue. There's some great questions that Devan's going to answer. Cheryl's got some things to go over with you before we close. We'll be right back, right after a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Senior Living Today, brought to you by these fine sponsors: Wires Inc., First Class Realty, Triangle East, and Ward Specialty Pharmacy. The annual enrollment period for your Medicare needs and changes is coming soon, October 15th through December 7th. Locally owned with over 75 years experience, Statewide Insurers Group provides the knowledge and expertise needed to ensure you find the proper Medicare coverage right for you.
Relationships matter. Call Statewide Insurers Group today for the answers you need now. Call us at 252-316-8166.
Welcome back to Senior Living Today. You know, it's the fastest 30 minutes going. You've heard me say that 25 or 30 times, but it's the truth. And I'm going to go right to Cheryl to jump right back into where we were, and then Devan's going to enlighten you on a couple of things about the hearing impaired community and what we do at Statewide. Yeah. Cheryl?
You know, Devan mentioned it just a second ago, some of the things that we do, how we help people. There are a lot of things that will help you in the realm of Medicare and you know, covering your out-of-pocket expenses that are tied to Medicare. You know, Medicare itself only covers 80%
correct
of your expenses, and you know, the other 20% is where we come in and help you find the the products that will solve that part of the equation for you and make it as economical as possible. I'll give you one example. We have a lot of clients that are in the Medicare Advantage world, and a very popular add-on to the Medicare Advantage programs are what are called hospital indemnity plans, because one of the larger expenses you incur or co-pays you incur with a Medicare Advantage plan is your overnight stay in the hospital.
True.
And a hospital indemnity plan covers that, you know, pays or reimburses you for that particular expense. And you know, hospital indemnity plans are pretty economical.
They're very, and it usually pays when you go in that first time.
Yes.
It's not something that you have to wait 30, 60, or 90 days to receive a check.
No, once you're enrolled in a plan, you're good to go.
Well, Devan, Cheryl, what about, there's other that we get calls about that's we call the quiet situation. It's talked about a lot. But what about the cancer programs? What about dental, vision, the hearing aids? Does Statewide do any of that?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All of the above.
Okay.
There, and Devan said something that was just right on the money a while ago. She said, well, you know, we do the nitty gritty.
Yeah, we do the nitty gritty, so you don't have to. And, you know, as you're watching this, you may be hearing words and you're like, oh, yes, I have that, or do I have that, or which one do I have? It's a lot of big terminology. If you're not in it constantly, like I said, it's ever changing. And so what you may have signed up for may have been the best plan for you then, but things are always changing. And so we really do the homework. We do that nitty-gritty part that nobody really wants to research and figure out, so that when you come in, we have the best options ready for you. We work as a team. If one of us comes up with something and says, okay, well, I have this client, and they may say, oh, I've already dealt with that, this program worked great, or these are some options that we've gone through. So really, I mean, we are working together as a team constantly to make sure we're best serving you.
And you know, the funny thing about dealing with our senior population, Cheryl, it's not all, Devan, about Statewide. We do deal with senior population. But then there's health care. Company health care. The businesses around Nash County picks up the phone and call, Statewide, can you help us? We have a 40-person group. That's what we do. The individual, well, where does that come? That's called healthcare.gov. So many people know it as Obamacare. Yes, we're in the middle of it, but so many things that go on you need to pick up the phone. You're sitting there tonight saying, I'm paying $150, I'm 67 years old. Am I paying too much? Looking to your spouse. Pick up the phone and get your answer. It's nothing the matter with being able, and so many people have told us, Joey, Devin, Cheryl, I'm confused.
Yep.
I really don't know. I see so much on TV. They say one thing today, one thing tomorrow. I go and check it out, and it's nothing like what I hear. And that's the nature of what you're seeing. Give us a call at Statewide. Kind of clear the water up for you. Like Cheryl said, and Devin, you do the nitty-gritty. It doesn't cost anything to find out or to go on a fact-finding mission. But in order to start that, Cheryl, they have to call.
Yeah, and you know, I really do appreciate the knowledge that we have built up as a team over the years, and having people, you know, who have been in this business for 20 and 30 years. We had a situation last week. Someone called Joey and asked about, you know, getting individual health care set up for their family.
Certainly.
And they had been talking with people and had been given, well, here's how you can do it, and you can get it for $28 a month. And
This is a true story, folks. Yes, it is.
And anyway, we were able to look at that situation. If they had done what had been proposed, that individual would have ended up being fined, what was it, $28,000?
$28,000 is what they were going to be fined for the tax credit. We're talking about Obamacare, health care, and what have you. And we have other individuals that carry and take care of that for us. The health care industry, for lack of a better word, ladies and gents, is a fickle industry.
Yeah.
And you need to know what's behind the curtain. You can look at anyone and say, here's a contract, sign it. They take it to the doctor. I'm sorry, we don't take that. And you know you've heard that. You have heard that. So I go back again, and I'm going to throw it to Devin here in just a second to let you know when you walk in how she'll ask, what she'll do to try to get you lined out to meet. And we're not the only ones. There's a large team behind us that help us. And I'm not talking about the 3 on the wall for senior living today. I'm saying there's a group behind Statewide that bring you talent and brings you a definitive answer at a cost you can afford. It helps for a good night's sleep. But Devin, when they walk in that door and you're the first one they see, we're at the back of the office, what do you tell them? How do you greet them? Please.
Well, truly, I always say that this is a great team to have in your corner. But when you got a Devin on your team,
Oh, Lord.
you got the best thing you could get. So truly, from the start to the finish, I would say we're one big family, and we invite you into that. We're going to set you up an appointment as soon as possible if we can. I'm going to go ahead and give you a list of some of the information we'll need if you don't already come with that. If you give me a call, I can give you some of those things as a heads up, and you come even more prepared. So, but we're ready to work with you either way. If it's a phone call meeting you need first, then we'll set that up. Or if you want to meet in person, we're ready for it. So we are truly here to offer you the best service all around.
We have offices in Roanoke Rapids, Rocky Mount, Mount Gilead, putting an office in Smithfield, and one is being worked out in the mountains in the western part of the state. Lord has blessed us. We're a biblically based company. We believe, we know there is a higher power. We serve an awesome God, and He's working right here in front of you. We need you to pick the phone up. Ask that question that you're scared to ask or have been sitting back just, you know, I think I know the answer, but I really don't know who to call.
Yep.
Cheryl, in that case, what do they do?
Pick up that phone and dial 316-8166. That's our main number into the office. And Devin will answer the phone, or I'll answer the phone, or Joey will answer the phone, and we will get you headed down the right path. Our office is located in, the Rocky Mount office is at the corner of Hunter Hill Road and Country Club Road. We're across the street from the Pizza Inn, and there I call them the condominiums that sit on the corner there. And if you're looking at the buildings, we're on the far right-hand end, on the very end of the building. So we're easy to find on that corner anytime. And we're normally there 9 to 5 this time of year. I'm in there at 6:30 in the morning, and
You'll see the midnight oil 11 or 12
Yeah.
there during this open enrollment.
Yeah.
Cheryl and Devin are very kind, but they work extremely hard for our populace right here in Nash County, let alone surrounding counties. And I don't need to go into it. I mentioned it earlier. Guys, that's 19 counties that call upon Statewide. We love what we do. It's an honor to serve you, But the most important thing, you see signs all over Rocky Mount with telephone numbers that you're not familiar with. They're not our local telephone numbers.
Yeah.
So they want you to call, I don't know, California, South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, wherever it may be. Folks, I want you to call local. I want you to have the ability to say, I don't know what this bill means. I don't know what this invoice is about. I'm calling Devan. I don't know what this particular procedure was. And you can tell I'm talking off the top of my head here, but you experience this every day of your life, whatever comes through that mail system. You need someone like Cheryl Browswell, Mr. Browswell, Devan, to pick up the phone and say, guys, I need an appointment. I got this from someone else and I don't understand why my doctor's not taking it. And folks, whether you believe it or not, it happens every day. And you won't understand it until it happens to you. So I encourage you to shop local. And that's not so much just in the insurance industry. Think about what Devan is talking about, what she brings to the table. Think about what Cheryl brings to the table. It's diversification. The only way to find out is to pick up that phone and dial that bottom right-hand screen, like Cheryl just said, 316-8166. I hate to say this, because I love sitting here talking to our locals and letting you know what goes on in this community. And you know Nash County is growing, Cheryl.
Oh my
Devan,
gosh.
in leaps and bounds.
Yes.
So many people say we're becoming the bedroom of Raleigh. It's coming here, whether we're ready or not.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, Nash County's ready. We're here at Statewide. Well, kids, we got 1 minute left. I'm gonna throw it to Devan and then Cheryl. Miss Devan, do you have anything to close about inviting them to you or whatever you'd like to do, dear?
Definitely give us a call. My personal motto is if it ain't great, it ain't over. So if you're not completely satisfied with what you got, we're here to offer you the next best thing. So definitely give us a call.
We're lucky to have you.
Yes.
We certainly are. Folks, we want you to give her a call, come by and see her. And of course, that's Devan at Statewide. Cheryl?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that Devan has a heart for people.
Yes, it
And
is.
that, that goes a long way in any industry,
Yeah.
especially goes a long way in this industry, being able to help people find the right products to take care of their particular situation, because everybody's different.
And if somebody
Everything's
here,
different.
like Cheryl is saying, everyone is different. But if you see someone, and Statewide has had the honor to serve you, tell them about us.
Yep.
Let them reach out. Who is Statewide? 880 Country Club Road, right here in the heart, Nash County, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. We want you to come by and see us. For Devan, Cheryl, myself, thank you for giving us 30 minutes of your valuable time. And on a great day, enjoy the next weather, 70, 73 degrees. Find a good church. Serve your Lord. He will serve you and is always there for you. Tune in for us. Senior Living Today. We'll be back, and we look forward to seeing you again. Until then, have a blessed evening. Good night.